Hey, Scorpio, come sit with me for a moment because I just pulled some cards for you, and honestly, what came through is really something special. I've been doing readings all day, but when your energy showed up, the cards had this particular intensity that I need to share with you. This is about your awakening journey, and trust me, the universe has been working behind the scenes in ways you probably haven't even noticed yet, so I'm shuffling the deck right now, and the first card that comes through for you, Scorpio, is the Three of Wands. I just placed it down and immediately I can feel this energy of expansion. You know that feeling when you've been waiting for something and you can finally see it on the horizon? That's exactly what this card is showing me. The Three of Wands is about standing at the edge of possibility, looking out at everything you've been building, and realizing that yes, it's actually starting to take shape in the physical world. What I'm getting with this card for you specifically is that you've been in this planning phase for quite a while now. Maybe you've been visualizing something, working on yourself, doing the inner work that honestly most people aren't willing to do. And this card is telling me that phase is shifting. You're moving from the internal processing that you Scorpios do so well into this external manifestation phase. The ships are literally coming in, as they say. But here's what's interesting about this energy for you right now. It's not just about one thing manifesting. This is about multiple streams of opportunity, multiple pathways opening up simultaneously. The universe has been listening to every prayer, every intention you've set, and things are aligning in ways that might actually surprise you. I'm seeing with this Three of Wands that you've outgrown a previous version of yourself. There was a time, maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, when you were operating from a completely different frequency. You were maybe more reactive, more caught up in the drama of certain situations, more invested in outcomes that honestly weren't aligned with your highest good. But you've done the work. You've transformed that energy, and now you're standing in this new space where you can see further, think bigger, dream larger. The Three of Wands is confirmation that your growth hasn't gone unnoticed by the universe. And there's something about collaboration here too. This card often shows up when we're about to connect with people who can help us expand our vision. For you, Scorpio, I'm feeling like someone might be entering your life soon, who sees your potential in ways that even you haven't fully recognized yet. This could be a mentor figure, a business partner, or even just someone who believes in you so strongly that it helps you believe in yourself more. Stay open to these connections, because they're part of your awakening process. The second card I'm pulling for you is the Knight of Pentacles, and okay, this is really interesting energy to come through right after the Three of Wands. So we have this expansive visionary energy with the Three of Wands, and now we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is all about steady, methodical, practical action. The universe is basically telling you that yes, dream big, see the possibilities, but also stay grounded in the day-to-day work that makes those dreams real. The Knight of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards for Scorpio energy because it speaks to your ability to commit deeply to something. This Knight doesn't rush. He doesn't get distracted by shiny objects or quick fixes. He knows what he wants, and he's willing to put in the consistent effort to get there. And that's exactly what's being asked of you right now. Whatever you're building, whatever transformation you're going through, it requires this steady dedication. It's not going to happen overnight, and honestly, you wouldn't want it to because the slow build is what makes it sustainable. I'm getting very strong work and career energy with this card. If you've been working on a project, building something, developing a skill, this card is telling me you're making progress even if it doesn't feel dramatic. Every single day that you show up, every small action you take, it's all adding up. The Knight of Pentacles is the energy of the tortoise winning the race. It's about being reliable, being consistent, being the person who does what they say they're going to do. And Scorpio, people are noticing this about you. Your reputation is building in quiet but powerful ways. There's also something here about financial stability and security. The Knight of Pentacles often appears when we're moving toward greater material security. This doesn't mean you're going to win the lottery tomorrow, but it does mean that your efforts are creating a solid foundation. Maybe you're paying off debt, building savings, investing in your future in some way. Whatever it is, this card is validation that you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because the results are coming. And I have to mention the patience aspect of this card because I know that's not always easy for Scorpio energy. You want deep, intense, transformative experiences, and sometimes the Knight of Pentacles energy can feel a bit slow. But here's the thing. Real transformation, the kind that lasts, requires this grounded, practical energy. It requires showing up even when it's not exciting, even when you can't see immediate results, even when you're tired and would rather be doing something else. That's the awakening here. Understanding that discipline and dedication are actually forms of self-love. Now, the third card coming through for you is the Two of Pentacles. And wow, this is such perfect energy to follow the Knight of Pentacles. So we have this grounded, steady energy, and now we have the Two of Pentacles, which is all about balance, adaptability, juggling multiple things at once. The universe is showing me that while you're building something solid and stable, you're also being asked to remain flexible and responsive to changing circumstances. The Two of Pentacles is that dance of balancing different areas of your life. Maybe you're balancing work and personal time, or balancing your own needs with the needs of others, or balancing your spiritual growth with your material responsibilities. And what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio, is that you're actually getting better at this. There was a time when you might have approached things in a more all-or-nothing way. You were either completely focused on one thing or you felt scattered and overwhelmed by everything. But you're learning this middle path now. You're learning how to give attention to multiple things without losing yourself in the process. I'm also getting financial juggling with this card. Maybe you're managing different income streams, or you're being creative with your resources, or you're learning to prioritize your spending in new ways. The Two of Pentacles shows me that you have the skills to handle this. You're more resourceful than you give yourself credit for. When challenges come up, you find solutions. When one door closes, you look for another window. This adaptability is part of your awakening, because it's teaching you that you don't have to have everything figured out perfectly to move forward. And there's something playful about this card that I think is important for you to hear. The figure in the Two of Pentacles is often depicted almost dancing while juggling. There's a lightness to it, a sense of not taking everything so seriously. For you, Scorpio, who can sometimes get very intense and heavy with emotions and situations, this is an invitation to bring more levity into your life. Can you handle your responsibilities while also enjoying the process? Can you work hard while also having fun? Can you take things seriously without making everything feel like life or death? That's the balance this card is pointing you toward. The fourth card I'm drawing is the Ace of Wands, and oh my goodness, this is such powerful new beginning energy. After all that practical grounded energy we just talked about, the Ace of Wands burst through with this creative, passionate spark. This is a new cycle starting for you, Scorpio. Something is being born. A new idea, a new passion, a new sense of purpose. And this isn't just any beginning. This is a divinely inspired beginning. This is the universe handing you a spark and saying, here, create something with this. The Ace of Wands is pure potential. It's that moment when you suddenly see a possibility you hadn't considered before. Maybe you wake up one morning with an idea that excites you. Maybe you meet someone who inspires you in a new direction. Maybe you rediscover a passion you had put aside. Whatever form it takes, this is real energy. This is the universe saying yes. Move forward with this. Trust this creative impulse. For Scorpio specifically, I'm seeing this Ace of Wands as connected to your life purpose. You've been searching for something that feels truly meaningful, something that lights you up from the inside. And this card is telling me you're about to find it, or maybe you're recognizing something that's been there all along, but you're finally ready to fully embrace it. This is about aligning your daily life with your soul's calling. It's about doing work that doesn't feel like work because you're so passionate about it. There's also a very strong physical vitality component with this card. The Ace of Wands is fire energy, it's life force, it's enthusiasm and motivation and drive. If you've been feeling tired or depleted or stuck, this card is telling me that's shifting. You're getting your energy back. You're feeling inspired again. You're ready to take action on things you've been thinking about. And this renewed energy isn't just mental or emotional, it's physical too. You might find yourself wanting to move your body more, wanting to be more active, wanting to channel this energy into tangible form. And I have to say, the Ace of Wands often shows up at the beginning of creative projects or entrepreneurial ventures. If you've been thinking about starting something, creating something, building something that's uniquely yours, this is your green light. The universe is supporting this. Your spirit guides are cheering you on. All you have to do is take that first step, even if you don't have the whole journey mapped out. The Ace of Wands is about trusting the spark and seeing where it leads. Moving to the fifth card now, and I'm pulling the Six of Wands. Okay, so after that initiating energy of the Ace of Wands, we immediately get this victory card. This is so significant, Scorpio. The Six of Wands is about recognition, achievement, public acknowledgement, success. This is you stepping into the spotlight and being celebrated for what you've accomplished. And what I love about this appearing in your reading is that it's confirming that the new beginning, represented by the Ace of Wands, is going to lead somewhere really positive. The Six of Wands is one of those cards that always makes me smile when it comes up because it's such a confidence boost. You know those moments in life when you feel seen, when people recognize your efforts, when you get that external validation that yes, you're on the right track. That's what this card represents. And for you, Scorpio, who often works behind the scenes, who does so much internal processing that others don't see, this public recognition might feel almost uncomfortable at first. But you deserve it. You've earned it. And part of your awakening is learning to receive this acknowledgement gracefully. I'm seeing career success very strongly with this card. If you've been working toward a goal, building something, developing your skills, the Six of Wands is telling me that success is coming. People are going to notice your work. Your efforts are going to pay off in visible, tangible ways. This could be a promotion, a successful project launch, winning some kind of competition or award, or just general recognition from people in your field. Whatever form it takes, know that it's coming as a result of all the work you've been putting in. There's also an element of leadership with the Six of Wands. You're being called to step up, to take charge, to be the person others look to for guidance or inspiration. And I know Scorpio energy can be very comfortable operating in the shadows, very comfortable being the power behind the throne rather than sitting on the throne itself. But this card is asking you to consider what becomes possible when you allow yourself to be more visible. What could you create? Who could you help? What impact could you have if you weren't hiding your light? And here's something else I'm picking up with this card. The Six of Wands is about confidence and self-belief. It's about knowing your worth and carrying yourself accordingly. For you right now, this is less about arrogance and more about finally recognizing your own value. You have gifts. You have talents. You have a unique perspective and way of seeing things. And when you own that, when you step fully into that knowing, everything shifts. People respond to you differently. Opportunities come to you more easily. Life flows better. That's the energy this card is inviting you to embody. The sixth card I'm pulling is the Page of Cups, and this brings in such beautiful, sensitive, emotional energy. After all that Wands fire energy and the success of the Six of Wands, the Page of Cups invites you to reconnect with your emotional and intuitive self. This is one of the most tender, sweet cards in the deck, and it's showing me that part of your awakening involves opening your heart again. The Page of Cups often represents new emotional beginnings. Maybe you're meeting someone new who touches your heart in unexpected ways. Maybe you're falling in love with life again after a period of feeling closed off or cynical. Maybe you're rediscovering your creativity or your spiritual connection. Whatever it is, this card is about that fresh, innocent quality of being open to feelings, being willing to be vulnerable, being receptive to the magic and beauty around you. For Scorpio specifically, I'm feeling like this card is about healing old emotional wounds. You carry water energy deeply. You feel everything intensely, and sometimes that intensity has led to being hurt. So you've built walls. You've protected yourself. You've maybe become a bit guarded or suspicious. And that's totally understandable. But the Page of Cups is showing me that you're safe to open up again now. You're in a different place energetically. You've learned so much. And you can be open-hearted without being naive. You can be trusting without being foolish. You've earned the wisdom to know the difference. I'm also seeing very strong intuitive development with this card. The Page of Cups is deeply psychic, deeply connected to the unseen realms. And for you, Scorpio, who naturally has strong intuitive abilities, this card is telling me your gifts are expanding. You're receiving messages in dreams, through synchronicities, through gut feelings that turn out to be accurate. Pay attention to this. Your intuition is one of your greatest assets, and it's getting stronger. The more you trust it, the more it serves you. And there's something about creative expression here too. The Page of Cups is the artist, the poet, the dreamer. If you've been wanting to express yourself creatively but holding back because you think you're not good enough or it's too vulnerable or whatever story you've been telling yourself, this card is permission to just do it anyway. Create for the joy of creating. Share your art, your writing, your music, your whatever, because it brings you alive. That's what matters. Not whether it's perfect or whether anyone else gets it. Your awakening includes remembering how to play, how to create without agenda, how to let your soul express itself freely. Now I'm pulling the Knight of Cups as the seventh card, and this is really beautiful timing because we just had the Page of Cups, and now we have the Knight. So we're moving from that innocent, open-hearted energy into more mature emotional depth. The Knight of Cups is the romantic, the one who pursues what they desire with passion and feeling. This is about following your heart, trusting your emotions, and moving toward what makes you feel alive. The Knight of Cups very often indicates a romantic connection coming in or deepening. If you're single, this could be someone entering your life who really sweeps you off your feet. And I don't mean that in a superficial way. I mean someone who touches your soul, who sees you deeply, who makes you feel things you maybe thought you weren't capable of feeling anymore. If you're already in a relationship, this card suggests a renewal of romance, a deepening of emotional intimacy, a rekindling of that spark that maybe has been dormant for a while. But beyond romance, the Knight of Cups is about pursuing your dreams with emotional investment. It's about going after what you truly want rather than what you think you should want. It's about listening to your heart even when your head is trying to talk you out of it. And for you, Scorpio, this is significant because you can sometimes get caught in overthinking, in analyzing everything to death, in trying to control outcomes. The Knight of Cups is asking you to trust your feelings. If something feels right, move toward it. If something feels wrong, move away from it. It really can be that simple. I'm also picking up proposal or commitment energy with this card. Not necessarily marriage, though it could be, but some kind of emotional commitment or declaration. Maybe you're ready to commit to yourself in a new way. Maybe you're ready to commit to a dream or a project or a lifestyle change. Maybe someone is ready to commit to you. Whatever it is, there's this energy of emotional promises being made and honored. And there's a healing quality to the Knight of Cups that I want to mention. This knight can represent someone who comes into your life specifically to help you heal, to show you a different way of relating, to teach you about love or vulnerability or trust. Sometimes these people stay in our lives long term, and sometimes they're just passing through. But either way, their presence has purpose. If someone like this appears for you, recognize them for the gift they are, even if the connection doesn't look the way you expected it to. The 8th card coming through is the Queen of Cups, and wow. So we've moved from page to knight to queen in the cup suit. This is a complete emotional journey playing out in your reading. The Queen of Cups is emotional mastery. She feels everything deeply, but she's not overwhelmed by her feelings. She's intuitive, compassionate, nurturing, and deeply connected to the spiritual realms. And this card is showing me that you're stepping into this queen energy yourself. The Queen of Cups for you right now is about emotional maturity and wisdom. You've been through some things. You've felt some feelings. You've had your heart broken, and you've loved deeply, and you've experienced the full spectrum of human emotion. And all of that has taught you something profound. You understand the human heart now in ways that maybe you didn't before. You have compassion for others because you've been in the trenches yourself. You can hold space for people's pain because you know what it's like to hurt. This is the wisdom of the Queen of Cups, and you're embodying it. I'm also seeing very strong healer energy with this card. Whether or not you work in a healing profession formally, you have a natural ability to make people feel seen and heard and understood. People are drawn to your energy because there's something safe about you, something that says, I won't judge you, I'll just be here with you. And that's such a gift, Scorpio. In a world where everyone is so quick to judge and dismiss and minimize, your ability to truly be present with others is rare and valuable. The Queen of Cups also represents psychic abilities and spiritual connection. Your channel is wide open right now. You're receiving information from spirit, from your guides, from the universe. Trust what you're receiving. Trust the downloads, the insights, the knowing that comes through you. You don't have to understand how you know things. You just have to trust that you do. Your intuition is one of your superpowers, and the more you honor it, the stronger it becomes. And there's something about emotional boundaries with this card that feels important to mention. The Queen of Cups is deeply empathic, but she also knows how to protect her energy. She doesn't take on everyone else's pain. She doesn't lose herself in trying to fix or save others. She offers her presence and her compassion, but she maintains her center. For you, Scorpio, learning this balance is part of your awakening. You can care about others without carrying them. You can be supportive without sacrificing yourself. You can love deeply while also loving yourself enough to set boundaries. That's Queen of Cups energy in its highest form. Moving to the 9th card, and I'm drawing the Lovers. Oh, this is such a powerful card to come through right now, especially after all that Cups energy we just explored. The Lovers is about choice, alignment, union, and partnership. And what's interesting about this card is that while it often refers to romantic relationships, it's fundamentally about choosing what aligns with your soul. The Lovers card is appearing to show you that you're at a choice point. There's some kind of decision that needs to be made, some path that needs to be chosen. And the universe is asking you to choose based on what feels aligned with your highest self, rather than what seems safe or practical, or what other people think you should do. This is about authentic choice. This is about honoring your truth even if it's scary, even if it disrupts things, even if others don't understand. In terms of relationships, the Lovers can indicate a significant partnership coming in or a current relationship deepening to a new level. This is about soul recognition, about meeting someone and feeling like, yes, this is my person. But it can also represent the relationship you're developing with yourself. Are you choosing yourself? Are you honoring your needs and desires? Are you treating yourself with the love and respect you deserve? The Lovers asks you to consider how you're showing up in the relationship with yourself, because that sets the template for all other relationships. There's also an integration theme with this card. The Lovers represents the union of opposites, the balance of masculine and feminine energies, the integration of different aspects of self. For you, Scorpio, in your awakening journey, this might mean accepting all parts of yourself, even the parts you've rejected or hidden, your darkness and your light, your intensity and your softness, your strength and your vulnerability. All of it belongs, all of it is you. And when you can embrace your wholeness, that's when real magic happens. And I have to mention the spiritual aspect of the Lovers. This card is about divine guidance, about receiving clarity from higher sources about which path to take. If you've been praying for a sign, asking for direction, seeking clarity about a situation, the Lovers is the universe's way of saying, pay attention, the answer is coming. Trust your heart. Trust your intuition. Trust that pull towards something that might not make logical sense but feels deeply right in your soul. That's your guidance system working. The 10th and final card I'm pulling for you, Scorpio, is the Hermit. And honestly, this feels like the perfect card to complete your reading. After all this energy about expansion and recognition and relationships and emotion, the Hermit brings you back to yourself. This is about solitude, introspection, inner wisdom, and spiritual seeking. This is about the journey inward. The Hermit is showing me that part of your awakening requires time alone. Not lonely, but alone. There's a difference. You need space to integrate everything you've been learning, everything you've been experiencing, everything that's been shifting in your life. You need quiet time to hear your own thoughts, to connect with your own guidance, to remember who you are beneath all the roles and expectations and identities you've taken on. For Scorpio energy, the Hermit is actually very natural because you understand the value of depth over breadth, quality over quantity, meaning over distraction. You're not afraid of your own company. You're not afraid of silence. You're not afraid of what you might discover when you really look within. And right now, that willingness to go deep is exactly what's required. Your awakening isn't going to happen in the noise and chaos of external life. It's going to happen in those quiet moments when you're alone with yourself and your truth. The Hermit also represents wisdom and spiritual guidance. You're being called to be your own teacher, your own guru, your own authority. Yes, you can learn from others. You can receive guidance from mentors and teachers and books and experiences, but ultimately you have to trust your own knowing. You have to develop your own relationship with truth. You have to walk your own path. And the Hermit is confirmation that you have everything you need within you to do this. I'm also seeing that the Hermit can represent a mentor or guide coming into your life. Someone who has walked the path before you, someone who can illuminate the way forward, someone who can reflect back to you your own wisdom and potential. Stay open to this. Sometimes our greatest teachers appear in unexpected forms. Sometimes the person who changes our life shows up when we least expect it. The Hermit energy knows this and is preparing you to recognize your teacher when they appear. And finally, the Hermit is about taking your time. In a world that's constantly rushing, constantly demanding more, faster, better, the Hermit says, slow down. Take the time you need. Don't let anyone rush your process. Your awakening is unfolding in perfect timing. Trust the pace. Trust the journey. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be right now. And when you emerge from this introspective phase, you'll be carrying a light that can guide not just yourself but others too. That's the promise of the Hermit. So Scorpio, looking at all these cards together, what I'm seeing is such a profound awakening journey. You're expanding your vision, building something solid and lasting, finding balance in the chaos, igniting new passions, stepping into recognition and success, opening your heart again, following your emotional truth, embodying deep wisdom and compassion, making aligned choices, and taking time for introspection and spiritual growth. This is a complete transformation. This is you becoming the fullest version of yourself. The universe is supporting you every step of the way. Your guides are with you. Your higher self is leading you. And everything that's happening, even the challenging parts, is serving your evolution. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that you're being led exactly where you need to go. Your awakening is not just for you. It's for everyone whose life you touch. It's for the healing you'll bring. It's for the light you'll shine. It's for the truth you'll speak. Keep going. Keep growing. Keep believing. You're doing better than you think you are. I hope this reading resonated with you and gave you some clarity or confirmation about what you're experiencing. Remember that tarot is a tool for insight and reflection, not a fixed prediction. You always have free will and the power to shape your path. Trust your journey,